Hey, warrior.
Yes, you. The one tired of feeling stuck, exhausted from trying to fix your life. Maybe you've read books, watched motivational videos, set goals, or tried thinking positively, yet nothing seems to stick. Now pause and think about this. One man loses his job and collapses. He blames the economy, curses his boss, and sinks into self-pity. Another man loses the same job, but instead of falling apart, he wakes up earlier, sharpens his skills, and reinvents his life. Same event, totally different reactions.
Why?
Because it's not life that breaks us, it's our mindset. And this is exactly why Stoicism matters more now than ever. In a chaotic, noisy world filled with distractions, excuses, and emotional weakness, Stoicism reminds you of one brutal truth. You are in control. Not your feelings, not society, not your past. You. Fixing your life doesn't start with your job, your relationships, or your money. It starts with your mind. Fix your mind, and everything else will follow. But I need to warn you, what I'm about to share is not soft, sugar-coated advice. These are hard, no-nonsense truths that will hit your ego square in the face. They're not for the faint-hearted. They're for the warriors who are done being stuck, done living on autopilot, done breaking down every time life doesn't go their way. If that's you, you're exactly where you need to be. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 Stoic rules that will help you take back control of your emotions, your habits, your goals, your entire life. Each rule is rooted in the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, and the core of ancient Stoic philosophy, but explained in modern, actionable language anyone can understand. No philosophy degree required. We'll dive deep into emotional strength, mental discipline, self-awareness, and the often painful process of becoming who you were truly meant to be. With each rule, I'll give you a real Stoic quote or principle, not just for decoration, but as a tool to reflect on and live by. Before we start with rule number 1, here's what I want from you. If you're ready to stop blaming the world, stop being a victim of your emotions, and finally rebuild yourself, type this affirmation in the comments right now. I will no longer live at the mercy of my emotions. And while you're at it, like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more Stoic life strategies. Don't skip a single part. Every rule builds on the next, and together, they will change the way you think, act, and live. Now, let's begin. 1. Stop negotiating with your weakness. You must build up your life action by action and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible, and no one can keep you from this. Marcus Aurelius. The biggest mistake people make when trying to fix their lives is this. They try to negotiate with their weakness. They tell themselves, just one more hour of sleep won't hurt. I'll start my diet tomorrow. I'll stop texting them after this one last time. What they don't realize is, every time you negotiate with weakness, weakness wins. And when weakness wins often enough, it becomes who you are. The strongest version of you, the disciplined, focused, confident version, is not buried under some mystery. It's simply being suffocated by years of comfort, excuses, and emotional indulgence. You can't become that version of yourself if you keep giving in every time life gets hard. The Stoics understood this perfectly. They didn't seek comfort. They trained for adversity because they knew that every moment of suffering, every hardship, every temptation resisted was a victory for the soul. Now ask yourself, when your alarm goes off, do you rise like a warrior, or do you let your emotions hit snooze? When you feel anxiety, do you sit with it and grow stronger, or do you distract yourself with social media or food? Here's the brutal truth. You will never fix your life until you kill the version of yourself that keeps making excuses. There is no peace without discipline. There is no greatness without sacrifice. And there is no strong mind without facing down your own weakness and saying, not today. Every time you delay your potential, you're not just wasting time. You're betraying your future. You don't reason with it, you don't argue with it, you don't explain it away. You get up, you shut it down, you choose strength over comfort because that's how warriors are built, action by action. The moment you stop negotiating with weakness, the healing begins. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. No more deals with weakness. I choose strength. 2. Control your reactions or be controlled by them. It's not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Epictetus. Picture this. Two people hear the same insult. One laughs it off like it's nothing. The other carries it in their chest like a knife for weeks. That's because it's not the insult that hurts. It's your reaction to it. It's not the traffic jam, the breakup, the rude coworker, or the failure. It's how you interpret and respond to those events that determine your emotional state. Most people live as emotional slaves. They hand over control of their mood to strangers, to comments online, to things they cannot change. But Stoicism teaches the opposite. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Every time you snap at someone, every time you overthink, every time you spiral because of something external, you're giving away your power. People who can't control their reactions can be manipulated with ease. They're like puppets. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. How do you take control? Step 1. Slow down your reactions. Pause, take a breath, step back mentally. Ask yourself, what part of this do I actually control? If the answer is nothing external, then the only battlefield is internal. Step 2. Separate facts from emotions. Train yourself to see things clearly without emotional fog. Step 3. Reclaim your peace. Peace means becoming unshakable. It means learning to respond with calm power, not panic. Your response is always your responsibility. People who can master their reactions become dangerous in the best way because they can't be baited. They choose their moves carefully and live on their own terms. You train this like a muscle. Every time you don't react emotionally, you prove to yourself that you are the master, not the storm. Choose your response like a warrior preparing for battle, deliberate, sharp, grounded. The man or woman who owns their reactions owns their life. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My peace is mine. I will not hand it over. 3. Do the hard things, especially when you don't feel like it. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. Most people know exactly what they need to do to change their life. Wake up earlier, stop wasting time, exercise, be consistent. But they don't do it because it's hard, uncomfortable, and their feelings scream louder than their discipline. The ancient Stoics never waited to feel ready. They saw discomfort as a forge for character. They understood that if your actions are always tied to your emotions, you'll never build a meaningful life. The key difference between a weak person and a strong one: the weak wait for motivation, the strong rely on discipline. Motivation is emotional, discipline is a decision. Every time you choose to do the hard thing when you don't feel like it, you're building mental armor. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." If you want to fix your life, you've got to stop fearing discomfort. What should you do? Wake up and do the work anyway. Even if your mind resists, even if no one claps for you. When your body wants to quit, that's when you push harder, because those moments are where strength is born. Remember this, you can choose the pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. Real change is ugly, lonely, and painful, but it's also worth it. 4. Cut the noise and master your focus. If you are everywhere, you are nowhere, Seneca. You are constantly being pulled in 100 directions by notifications, messages, and distractions. You cannot fix your life if your mind is scattered. You must protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Concentrate every minute like a Roman on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness." The problem is where your attention is going, because that's where your energy, time, and potential are going too. Most people are addicted to noise. They can't sit alone in silence or work without checking their phone. A distracted mind becomes a wasted life. How do you fix it? Step 1. Cut the digital noise. Turn off unnecessary notifications and set strict time blocks for social media. Step 2. Create sacred space for deep focus. This is where clarity lives and self-respect grows. Step 3. Train your attention like a muscle. A Stoic chooses deliberately. Your ability to fix your life is directly tied to your ability to focus on what truly matters. master your attention, and you can master your world. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I control my focus. My attention builds my future. 5. Stop seeking approval. You don't need permission to grow. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own. Marcus Aurelius. We hesitate, doubt, and shrink because we seek permission before we move forward. You cannot fix your life if you're waiting for people to clap for your every move. The more you improve yourself, the more resistance you'll face, sometimes from the people closest to you. Your growth makes them uncomfortable. Your discipline highlights their laziness. A Stoic does not live to please others. A Stoic lives according to virtue, not approval. Epictetus taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. If you're afraid of looking weird or standing alone, you will never rise. You'll stay average just to stay accepted. No one is coming to save you. The moment you stop needing approval is the moment you become powerful. If walking this path means walking alone, walk alone with pride. Stop waiting, stop apologizing, stop explaining. You just need to decide you're done playing small. 6. Silence is a power. Speak less, master more. Let silence be your general rule, or say only what is necessary and in few words. Epictetus. Silence isn't weakness, it's mastery. The person who speaks less listens more, learns faster, responds instead of reacts, and holds power instead of leaking energy. Not everything requires a reaction. Not everyone deserves an explanation. When you're constantly talking, justifying, proving, or defending, you're reacting to the world instead of creating your own. When you're silent, people don't know how to read you, and that's power. Silence means calculated presence. It means letting your actions speak 10 times louder than your words ever could. Silence also protects your energy, your dignity, and your strategy. Master this by being okay with not responding immediately, getting comfortable with being misunderstood, focusing on becoming, not performing. The Stoic path is disciplined, focused, intentional, and it begins with silence. Drop this affirmation in the comments if you're ready to master your tongue. I will let silence speak for my strength. 7. Own your mistakes without shame or excuses. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Seneca. Everyone messes up, falls short, and has regrets. The difference between a broken life and a rebuilt one is whether you face your mistakes like a warrior or run from them like a coward. Most people blame others, make excuses, or cover up the truth. Stoicism teaches us to face reality brutally and completely. The only way to become unbreakable is to first be honest with yourself. Own your mistakes not with guilt, but with courage. Shame keeps you stuck, but ownership sets you free. Owning your mistakes means standing up and saying, yes, I failed, but now I rise, and I will never go back. Every trial, error, and scar is a necessary part of becoming who you are meant to be. Stop trying to look perfect. Develop radical self-honesty. You can't fix your life if you keep rewriting the past to make yourself feel better. Take full responsibility for who you choose to become now. Drop this in the comments if you're ready to own your truth. I own my past and I rise with purpose. 8. Discomfort is your teacher. Stop running from it. Don't hope that events will turn out the way you want. Welcome events in whichever way they happen. This is the path to peace. Epictetus. Discomfort is not the enemy. It's the lesson, the test, the breakthrough. Growth lives on the other side of discomfort. The Stoics didn't seek easy lives. They sought strength. You can't build your mind without going through hardship. Stop trying to escape every uncomfortable moment. Instead, sit with it and ask, what is this teaching me? What strength is this pain trying to build? Every heartbreak, failure, or rejection is preparation, not punishment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. Discomfort is here to reshape you, but only if you meet it head-on with courage and humility. When you stop fearing discomfort, you become unstoppable. Drop this in the comments if you're done running from growth. Discomfort is my teacher. I no longer run. 9. Discipline is greater than motivation. Build it daily. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. Freedom doesn't come from doing what you want. Freedom comes from doing what you must, especially when you don't want to. That is discipline, and it separates the weak from the strong. Motivation is emotional and fades. Discipline is a system. It shows up even when you don't feel like it. The Stoics trained their minds to ignore emotions when they were useless. They built routines and virtues not based on how they felt, but based on who they wanted to become. Marcus Aurelius showed up for duty even when grieving, tired, and under pressure. If you want to fix yourself, stop chasing motivation hacks. Start developing daily discipline. Discipline is what carries you when motivation disappears. When you master discipline, you become the kind of person who moves forward regardless. 10. Stop living in your head. Live in alignment with your actions. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be 1 inch. Marcus Aurelius. What changes your life is aligned, purposeful action. Philosophy wasn't something for the Stoics to just think about. It was something to live. A Stoic practices self-control in private. Most people live 2 lives. One in their mind, full of wisdom, and one in reality, full of contradiction. They say they want growth, but they procrastinate and scroll. Here's the brutal truth. It doesn't matter what you know. It matters what you do. All the wisdom means nothing if your daily actions contradict it. Stop performing, stop pretending, stop talking, and start embodying. If you say you're stoic, then train your emotions daily. Don't chase perfection, chase alignment. When your values and actions match, you feel whole. Marcus Aurelius didn't sit around pondering the ideal man. He said, "Be one." Let your life speak louder than your mouth. When your actions match your values, you become dangerous. Not to others, but to your own weakness. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Epictetus. You've heard the 10 brutal Stoic rules to fix your life. If you apply them, you'll stop living like a victim of your emotions and environment. You'll start living like the Stoics did, emotionally unshakable, aligned, and unmistakably powerful. This path isn't easy, but it's the only path that leads to self-respect, clarity, and true inner freedom. Choose one rule, apply it today, and then tomorrow do it again and again. Fix your mind, fix your life. If this video lit a fire in you, drop this final affirmation in the comments. I fix my mind, I fix my life. If this video resonates with you, please press the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.